Hi everyone. Today I'll be talking about discrimination against homosexuals. A homosexual is anyone who is sexually attracted to the people of their own sex. There are quite a few terms associated with homosexuality. The one I use most within this speech is LGBT. LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Um, a lesbian is a female who is attracted to other females. A gay stands for homosexual male. B is for a bisexual who is attracted to both male and female, and the T stands for transgender, which relates to a person whose personal identity isn't found within the sex that they were born as. I'll first talk about the article written about the emotional distress of with lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender youth. The second point I will discuss is employment for openly gay men. Thirdly, I will use information found in Living a Life of Crime to discuss the countries that have a kill rate and could use having being homosexual as a crime. So when you think of discrimination, what do you think of? For me personally, I think of men getting paid more than women. I've seen secret deodorant ads for it, and that's immediately where mine goes. Do you think about those with disabilities? Do you think about those with a different race in the time we're living in now? That's automatically where most people's minds go. Well, according to williamsinstitute.law.ucla.edu, approximately 3.5% of adults identify as lesbian, gay, or bisexual, with only 2.3% of people identifying as transgender. That still makes up 9 million people that live in the United States that identify as LGBT. To get an idea of how many people 9 million people really are that are in the LGBT community, that makes up the population of New Jersey. I would first like to start off talking about the emotional distress among LGBT youth. I feel like coming out to your friends and family as a lesbian or as gay or even bisexual at such a crucial time in your life where everything's changing and you're getting new things thrown at you every day. The fear of rejection plays such a vital role in everyone's life, and mental and emotional abuse, I feel like it can be just as harmful to someone in their youth as physical abuse. And as an education major, bullying in schools is already a very bad situation. You see it everywhere you go, from kindergarten to 12th grade. The severity varies between the grades, obviously, but being in a school and watching it, and some of these kids don't put themselves in a predicament to be made fun of. Some people can't help the way they are. I also have two little boys who are just 2 years apart. And I would hope that if one of my sons came to me to tell me that he was gay or bisexual, I could know that I could count on his brother to take care of him in school. Um, with kids that are coming from a million different backgrounds, some that are rich, some that their parents are divorced, a million different raisings of children. And as read, an emotional distress among LGBT youth states that descriptive results showed that there were associations between LGBT status and depressive symptoms, self-harm, and suicide, and between LGBT status and perceived discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. I don't know from a personal experience, but I would imagine that once you've been out of the closet, it's easier living your life and talking to your family and showing them your new mate, that your life would be easier. My personal experience deals with this next discrimination that we're going to be talking about, and that's within your employment. During my first semester of college, I began working at a local fine dining restaurant. Upon my time there, I met one of the best friends I've ever had. His name's Richard. Richard was obviously gay, but never stopped our friendship. Some of the customers that we would have at the restaurant would pick me over him. Old-fashioned Southern people who didn't believe in the lifestyle that he lived. And even though it hurt me and I didn't want to take his customers from him, there was really no other option. Over the course of the next months of me working at the same restaurant, He eventually left because of the bosses. They moved him to the kitchen to get him out of the dining area where customers were unhappy, although he was an impeccable waiter. Uh, he eventually moved to Alabama, where he works every shift possible and makes more money than I do working a full-time job. Um, I feel as if, obviously, Richard didn't live in Southeast Arkansas, this wouldn't have happened to him. But maybe because of this experience, it helped him into learning that he needed to leave the small town that Southeast Arkansas is. In the article published by the Chicago Journal titled Pride and Prejudice, Employment Discrimination Against Openly Gay Men in the United States, this article stresses that most of the research in the past focuses on wage inequality for gay men. While we know this isn't the most important factor into the discrimination, it's still very unfair. Although the thought of bullying and discrimination in one's job seems cruel and unusual when homosexuals have to live within the Commonwealth. This brings me to my next point. Living a Life of Crime by Paula Gerber states that 80 countries still criminalize homosexuality, and among the Commonwealth, there's 53 nations. And although I have been to Jamaica personally, I never knew this as a fact, but they are one of the most homophobic countries, a country that celebrates peace and unity, and their colors represent blood being all together. They criminalize and they look upon, and it even stated that some of them will physically abuse a homosexual. And so when you look at it and you say, well, these people are being made fun of on the internet in the United States, or these people, they don't get paid as equal, all those things look terrible. At least we live in a country where it's not like